Hey Libra, this is Tarot with Tina with a reading. It's a weekly reading for October 1st through the 7th. Okay, so I already pulled the cards. Okay, this is quite heavy. Um, so it looks like we have an energy that's draining you here. Okay, this is actually pretty big. I don't know, like, yeah, we have an energy draining you here because we have the devil and the death card. We have a male who is wearing a mask. Okay, see the mask right there. So we have this King of Wands. He's wearing a mask and he's draining you here physically. So I'm going to do a little woo-woo stuff first and then I'll bring it back down to earth. But for me, with the cards that are here, I feel like this is like a spiritual ascension, like kind of like spiritual war, spiritual ascension here with the cards that are here. It's almost like having the will to keep going. And it's almost like, because the energy outside of you is, okay, so isn't it funny we have the angel and the devil? So it's like, I feel like it's almost like spiritual war, spiritual attacks. And then we have the door to spirit. So, and this is the second chakra, which it's the, it's funny. I was trying to get that light brighter. So this is the solar plexus, and it's the, like, I can. So we have to have the will to keep going here. We have to, I feel like there's some sort of fight. I almost feel like for some of you, it could be like even fighting for your own life here, okay? In some way against the devil. I feel like this is an ascension path because I was on a similar path at one point. Well, I mean, obviously I made it through, but that's what I'm picking up because look, we have the Judgment, the Hangman. This is in the past. It does look like, okay, so this is the distant path, okay. And then we had some success, but I almost feel like this is like, I'm picking up like relapse. So whether it's drugs, like addictions, drugs, or if it's like codependency is almost like a drug. It's like, that's a relapse too. Like if you go back to somebody you know isn't good for you, that's like a relapse. That's what I'm getting. It's almost like a relapse. But I almost feel like this is kind of meant to be, this path, because it's here to transform you. It's here for you to set some sort of boundary. Not only to set boundaries, but it's to realize, it's to transform you so you can realize who you really are. Like, I feel like some of you, like, could possibly suffer from, like, low self-esteem, low self-worth. So we let these types of energies, or we enter into some sort of addictive cycle here so that it's like escapism. But it, like, at the time we don't realize it, like, but I feel like you do have some knowledge because this is an awakening for me. It's a revelation, an awakening, especially these two together. That's revelation. Like, And our next step is, so this is my fuck it card, the Ten of Wands. This is fuck it. So basically you're getting to a point where, like, no matter who this is, okay, because this could be a work situation, this could be a relationship, it could just be you, like, draining yourself by not having confidence, like, but I do feel like there's been a relapse in some sense because the only way I can pick it up is because here's the far past, here's the recent past where we had some success here. We were moving forward, we were chugging along, we were headed towards success, and then this is the current. So, and then that's current, and then this is the next step. So even if it is a relapse, I almost feel like, because we were, making progress here. But I almost feel like even if it is a relapse, I feel like it was kind of like needed. Because once you get, like, even no matter what it is, once you get certain time away from person, once you get, like, say you're in a toxic relationship, you get some time away from them, or if you're addicted to drugs and you do get some clean time, when you relapse again, you kind of notice things, like, if it's a person, you're like, oh, I'm not really comfortable with this anymore. You kind of you might see this person in a different light, or if it's drugs, you might be like, oh, why did I do this? I don't want to get back into, this again, like this cycle. So I feel like it wakes you up to you not wanting to participate. So those relapses, I kind of feel, are necessary sometimes. It makes you realize things and then when you start your sobriety again, or you get away from that person again, you're definitely not gonna be tempted back as easily. So yeah, and in the future, look, we have some sort of clarity, communication, like, so the Ace of Swords is like a new beginning based on information, like, probably that we got, I say, from our, like, epiphanies or learning through cycles that we've been in. So if things are feeling rough right now, which it looks like it is, so how would this play out in the 3D? I have some of it I've kept down to earth, but I do feel like this is like an ascension process. Like, if you've been suffering from, any type of addiction, or, like I said, toxic relationships, patterns in toxic relationships, I kind of feel like you're on an ascension path. But let's just say what I'm seeing here is there's some sort of male energy that is draining you. This is really big. Don't get me wrong. This is stuff. This is why I feel like, because with the amount of major arcanas I have, this is like stuff that's out of your control. That's why I say that sometimes a relapse, like, yes, you can control that, but sometimes I feel like it's part of the plan. Just so you can realize things, especially if you've been away. Like, you might even realize, let's say it's addiction, you may realize with this relapse that, oh, if I don't stop, I'm going to die. You know what I mean? Like, or staying in relationships that are unhealthy, parts of you may die. Like, you may have this realization. And it's like saving yourself rather than to continue to, like, please somebody else or worry about their feelings, or you know what I mean? But this is definitely a male figure that's draining you. So I feel like your next step, for one, I feel like this is a person that's draining you, but I also feel like you have to switch it up and embody this King of Wands energy. So the King of Wands is very bold and they are not afraid to set boundaries, okay? They're very assertive and dominant. So I feel like whatever energy is doing this to you, this is like being drained. It's like, fuck it. I feel like you have to turn it around and embody this energy. So this is about having confidence. I feel like this process too is about you like having confidence in who you are, and you're, no more self-doubt, no more, self-worth problems. Like, your worth. So I feel like these are the things that are coming up. This is actually, you are being guided for change here. So this is the energy outside of you, and it's angelic. So you're being guided here by your guides and your angels to battle this. This is about will. I feel like this is a battle of wills. And then the door is open for you. This is pretty big. Like, I wasn't expecting this. Honestly, I really wasn't. So, in its time. I don't even think I need to clarify anything here. I am going to do an extended and clarify a few things, like who this person is. I want to know more about what's next. I might try and get some timing too, because I don't feel like this is all going to happen in a week, because this is probably something that's been going on for up to maybe even up to 10 years, okay? But the good news is you're at a 10, and in tarot, once you get to 10, you complete that cycle and you're into a new cycle. So, and then we have the ace. So we're going from the 10 to the ace, which is the new beginning. So that's in the distant future. The next step right here is to be like, fuck it, fuck you, I'm not doing this. Like, that type of energy. So it could be you. If it's just addictions, okay, I do feel a male energy draining some of you, okay? So if it's a relationship, I feel like there's the male energy. So if it's just you, like you have some sort of addictive tendencies, it could be due to, you could have these because of maybe some sort of male energy in the past. So some sort of trauma due to a male energy. So you entered into a cycle of addiction. Maybe like some sort of abuse or, but that would be past energy. That could be the root cause of, like, somebody made you feel small and not and worthless. So that could be if you entered into a like addiction. Okay, so that in that case, this wouldn't be somebody presently who is draining you, but it would be like something from the past, like a male figure from the past. That's still in your energy because you haven't healed from it. So I have a lot of signs here that you could have dealt with or are dealing with. So we mainly have Scorpio right here, okay? You're going through a huge transformation. So we have Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces. But it looks like in the next, so we have the next step, but then this is the distant future, the outcome, the future outcome. And it looks like you're going to be back in your energy because that's an air sign. And it also looks like I lost my train of thought. It also looks like you're going to be very clear. And so this could be major revelations that you're getting. I would say this isn't just going to be this week. Because I feel like, for one, it's been happening already. I feel like you started the process of an awakening, an ascension, maybe up to a couple of years ago. And then it looks like there was a relapse. You got some success here, but then it looks like there was some sort of relapse. So, okay. But I feel like just keep on your path, because I just feel like this is all destined. Like, the major arcanas are things that are out of our control. And you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 major arcanas, which is a lot. So, yeah, I'm going to do more clarification and see what else comes out in the extended. So Patreon now, I'm doing my extendeds on Patreon. Patreon just rolled out where you can just purchase one video. You don't have to purchase a subscription. If you're interested in that, it will be in the description. But also, like, I only charge like $10 for my subscription, and that is, you have access to all my extra content. So it's up to you if you're interested in the extended. I will put links for both. But this week you'll be able to just purchase one video if you're interested in the extended. And I guess that's it. And if we leave it here, just keep going, because I just feel like you're on a path, and just persevere, okay? Because I do see where it's very hard and difficult, but you're almost to the end, okay? All right, I'll see you next week.